my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises. You ain't stopping this, cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest. I'm gonna launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking.
Oh, Lord, here we go. You know, I had to sit on this, man. I legit had to sit and think about how I was going to go about this one. I really, really did. Yesterday, we had a state of play. Mind you, this state of play was supposedly going to be, 20 games, 30 minutes, showcasing games that's coming to PlayStation 5 and then some. I remember I put out a quick little prediction, little tweet, and this resulted in me blocking some idiots because, idiots are just retarded at this point. One dude was like, oh, aren't you the guy that hates PlayStation, but here you are excited? Me putting out a prediction for a brand that I still like at the end of the day, regardless of how disapproving I am of the way they're doing their methods, is not me flipping on what the hell I believe in. That's me hoping for a better future. That's me hoping for things, better things. But of course, idiots like that don't think. Idiots like that go to this extreme where they think they're trying to get a gotcha moment. It's bad enough idiots are saying 40-90 performance and then getting called out by everybody in the community and then completely getting destroyed and dragged. Dude's talking about RDNA 4 and the damn system's not even RDNA 4. But hey, we'll get to that in a second. What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's Big Cloud. Let's start. So I'm watching this showcase, or I'm watching this state of play. I got to say state of play. I can't say showcase. So this briefing, Let's just say that. I'm watching this briefing. And all I'm seeing in this briefing is a bunch of old games that are getting either remastered or ported. That's been the theme here, is that, hey, you know what? We don't have anything, so let's go ahead and just throw some ports out here, some old ports, mind you, to the console. Now, mind you as well, Sony is selling you a $700 console if you don't buy everything with it. But knowing gamers nowadays, they want everything. So let's go ahead and round that up to about $900. They're selling you a $900 quote-unquote value where, with the stand and disk drive and all that stuff included. A $900, value, right? So when did you guys think that, I don't know, logically, that every game that was shown at this presentation, this briefing, should have been shown on a PS5 Pro? I like how nobody's picking this, piecing this together. You notice how every game, most of the games that were shown at this state of play, look like they can be run on a PS4. And ironically, every single game, virtually a good chunk of these games, I don't even want to say every single one, a good chunk of these games are still cross-gen. Sony is selling you a $900, what they believe, value bundle, or whatever the hell you might want to call it. They're selling you that. And they want $900, and they can't even give you a real representation of what the hell this console could really do. Not a real increase in terms of performance. There was no change whatsoever. I'm looking at Monster Hunter. I'm like, okay, this would be a good opportunity to show off that 60 FPS promise for PS5 Pro. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. My bad. Sony didn't promise 60 FPS. They said they're targeting 60 FPS. You know who also said it's targeting 60 FPS? Sony again with the PS5 Pro or PS4 Pro. You know who also said targeting 60 FPS? Microsoft with Xbox One X. Yeah, how'd that work out? It's the same thing I said earlier. I said this in previous videos. I said this in RGT leading up to this damn console's reveal. It's going to be a few games that you've already played. They're going to have 60 FPS options. They're probably going to look a lot better, probably play a little better. And guess what? When the demanding games start coming out, you're not going to see anything. If anything, you'll see diminishing returns. And speaking of that, now, Monster Hunter has never really been my type of game. I don't have nothing bad to say about it or the developers or anything of that nature. I just never really could get into it. Performance, especially on consoles, have always looked janky, and this looked weird to me. But again, there's a lot happening. It's crazy how we're still getting that, and this is supposed to be a new next gen system. This is supposed to be the most powerful system and all that. We can't even get a steady frame rate on that. But I already know somebody's gonna say that's a Capcom issue, not a Sony issue. Okay, well, let's get into the Sony issues. Again, Sony has no competition, right? So I don't know where people are bringing up Xbox for. If Sony has no competition and Xbox is gone like the way you idiots have been wanting for years and have been talking about nonstop in podcasts and pointless videos, if you guys wanted Xbox gone for this fucking long and you thought that Xbox leaving was going to make PlayStation all of a sudden get a foot up their ass and start fucking dropping more content, something's fucking wrong with you. Competition was always needed. The problem is you idiots don't understand this. You really, really don't. You pick and choose what the hell you guys want to fucking cheerlead and just deep throat. It's sad at this point. It really, really is sad. It's bad enough so many of you died on the damn Concord Hill, calling it X amount of things, one of the best things ever. But yet, when Microsoft drops a game similar, that game is immediately labeled as trash. But here you are accepting trash on PlayStation, hyping up trash on PlayStation. What does that say about PlayStation in the community? I thought PlayStation had standards. I guess standards are no longer a thing. So you know what? Let's remove the word standards from PlayStation from this point forward after this show. Let's remove it, because that's for damn sure the case. There damn sure ain't no goddamn standards in the PlayStation ecosystem or the community at this point. And what I'm saying is in no way, shape, or form a jab at the developers. They're doing what they're doing. They already know this. I'm not taking no jabs at them. They have no choice in this. They do what they're asked, and they deliver magic. But the current direction and the current vibe surrounding PlayStation is not exciting. It is uneventful. It feels like a joke. I'm sorry. They said we're going to get updates on 20 plus games and we're supposed to be excited for this type of shit, right? Yet here I am looking at a showcase or a state of play that's showing me controllers. Is this Microsoft or is this PlayStation? It's bad enough PlayStation is getting Xbox games and they're outperforming PlayStation titles in their top 10. A lot of you don't think like this. You guys are like, oh, I'm going to buy these games on PlayStation. Motherfucker, you always wanted to buy these games if they're outperforming the main games you hype up day after day after day, claiming they're the best things ever. Most of you dudes that do this shit don't even buy them day one. And that's a testament. You don't believe me? Okay. I was gone for a week. I want you to understand something. I was gone for a week. A lot happened in a week. I lost a friend in a week. But you know what I didn't get when I came back home? I still didn't see shit on social media in regards to, wait for it, sales figures for a game that they announced is now getting DLC later on this year. I still haven't seen sales figures from fucking Astrobot. So, riddle me this. Did Astrobot even sell well? Is Astrobot really a success story? Because most of you dudes who hyped up Astrobot claiming it's all this, so quick to get your little screenshots, so quick to do your little videos and all this stupid shit on social media in hopes of getting a like from Sony or something. Most of you dudes that do this shit aren't buying these games. And it's showing. No sales figures whatsoever for that, right? No sales figures. No worthwhile announcements aside from a few remasters, which, by the way, here's a fun fact. Matter of fact, I'm gonna share a funny tweet with you just to make this shit even more petty, because I'm on that energy right now. Courtesy of a guy named Kyrian. Here he is on screen. Let's read it out loud, shall we, boys and girls? PlayStation is about to shit on Xbox with loads of exclusive games that won't ever be on Xbox. Wonder if any more Xbox games will be announced. Yeah, about that, my guy. Every multi-plat game that Sony showed is on Xbox. Here's the screenshot. Every single game that was shown will be on Xbox. So I have to ask you again, what exactly did Sony show? Ghost 2?
I'm sorry, that is some funny.
Is that the real thing? I'm gonna say that for a second, but is that it? Ghost 2? I'm sorry, I thought this was a state of play. I thought Ghost 2 was only registered for showcases. I thought guys like me were overshooting and stuff for expecting Ghost to be here. No, you're an idiot. Just go with the post says. So many of you fucking mindless fucking simps are so content with bending over and don't fucking open your eyes and don't see that you have the power at your fucking fingertips. It's called your fucking wallet. So many of you are so obsessed with being a fucking white knight for something in hopes of gaining subscribers and in hopes of gaining followers and traction. So many of you are so pathetic. This fake positivity over positivity at this point is what's killing PlayStation. And a lot of you can't piece it together. Every time there is a little criticism, motherfuckers go out their way to call anybody who has a disagreement the worst shit imaginable. Dudes taking personal shots because someone doesn't like the current state in terms of the direction or the current landscape of games or lack thereof of games for a platform that, yes, they're entitled to having games for. If I spend $500 at the start of this gen, I expect and I'm entitled to games that take advantage of that power, that games that make sense, that are utilized, etc. I'm entitled to that. If I spend $900 fucking dollars on a PS5 Pro, I'm entitled to see every fucking game at these showcases, these state of plays, running on PlayStation 5 Pro. Not fucking quick little fucking montage, which, by the way, I don't know if y'all piecing this together, but this is looking real spooky. If you look at the montages that they keep showing for PS5 Pro, they look at the visual aspect, but you know what they don't talk about? They don't talk about the performance aspect at all. I don't care that the game looks a little sharper here and there. I really fucking don't. The games don't even look that night and day different. They really don't. I don't care. Unless Nixus is doing something crazy to them, which, by the way, they're not. They look virtually the same. Y'all seen this already with Last of Us. Y'all seen this with a few other titles. Well, most of the titles. There's like some of them here that do look a little better here and there, and especially in draw, this and whatnot, but that's really it. There's no real next gen crazy change. And they won damn near $900 for it. But hey, I'm the bad guy for telling you that right there is not impressive. I'm the bad guy to tell you that this fucking console is not competing with a 4090. In fact, the world is a bad guy to tell you that this console was never competing with a 4090. But of course, you have grown-ass men who sit on their ass all day lying and coping and seething, claiming that this system can take on a fucking 4090, even though anybody with a fully functional frontal fucking lobe can tell you that it was never going to fucking compete with a 4090. This is how bad shit has become. Now let's get into the insults. Let's get into the insults, not from the community. I can give a fuck about the PlayStation fanboy community. Most of you frauds don't buy shit, and that's the reason why games are multi-plat. That's the reason why Sony in general is a multi-platform publisher. So you reap what you sow. All you dudes that's so emotional, talking about, oh, people can't play this. This is gonna hurt PlayStation. This is gonna kill PlayStation if somebody else gets to play it on a PC day and date or an Xbox day and date. Yeah, you know who's not playing the day and date on the fucking PlayStation day one? Your punk ass. You're not buying it. That's why they're making this decision, and that's why shit is changing. So dress warm because winter is coming. But let's get into the biggest insult from this show. The biggest insult from this show was something that ironically was a rumor, but I already knew it was going to happen. I mean, it didn't take us long to figure this shit out that this was going to happen. All the damn leaks in regards to PlayStation in terms of their future projects have been 99% on point. So when I saw Horizon get a full-on remake or remaster, what the hell they want to call it, and I see grown-ass men trying to damage control that, oh, it's only $10. Here's what you idiots don't understand, okay? This is the same game that, mind you, we already played on PlayStation 4. You already played it on PlayStation 5, okay? It's already on PC. It's already been modded on PC. Everything on PC in regards to this game is already the top of the line for what it's doing, for what it was, okay? It already was. There's no ifs or buts about that. Them adding more foliage and grass and all this stuff does not justify us getting charged more. If anything, that should have just been a love letter to fans as a thank you. The fact that we got to pay $10 for an upgrade, which, by the way, if you bought a PS5 Pro, you should be entitled to for free. Makes no sense to me. That is a dangerous practice. All you do is make an excuse saying it's $10. Guess what, idiots? Sony's looking at that. They're taking notes of that. If you buy this, they're going to start charging you for all next-gen upgrades. You see, a lot of you don't look at the glass full. Y'all don't even look at it half full. Y'all look at it as a fraction full, and y'all think y'all got all the answers. A lot of you don't look at it. A lot of you lack hindsight. It's the gospel at this point. When you support bad practices, you see more and more of them throughout the generation. It's that simple. You want another example? Another bad practice with the fake positivity and not speaking up for the fact that we're being charged for X amount of things. Notice how you bought more hardware than software this generation. And you got one more hardware that's supposedly happening with the new PSP or new Portal. But hey, I'm making this stuff up. Big Cloud was making this stuff up because Big Cloud is a closet Xbox fanboy. Even though my Xbox fucking account is probably the most sus thing in history. Because I don't play on Xbox. It always be the worst. White knights, and then the ass kissers. Oh, you think you're better because your PSN is better? You know what's funny? If my PSN was fucking spooky, y'all be the same cocksucker saying, "Hey, your PSN is trash. We can't take you serious." But the fact that you can't use that against me, now I'm just up my own ass because I bring out the fact that most of you cocksuckers can't fucking beat me on PSN. Hey, listen. I'm just keeping it a buck. Most of you fucking clowns are full of shit, and we see it every day in and day out. And now the current state of PlayStation is a reflection of you bending over, not demanding better. And in fact, in many ways, you guys are turning PlayStation to Xbox. So I hope it's worth it. The fact that we're now potentially going to have dedicated controller sections for every show that we're going to get kind of says a lot. Nobody was asking for controller designs. Nobody was asking for custom plates. Nobody was asking for this. Nobody. And mind you, I think they showed those for the PS5 Slim. We haven't even seen that for the PS5 Pro, so you know that's going to happen on the showcase or whatever the hell they're ready to show that off. I'm just saying, man. Mark Cerny's on screen. Literally, it felt like a remaster of what we already saw in the damn PS5 deep dive. He was there for literally less than 9 minutes talking about PS5 Pro. I mean, less than 9 minutes. And then we just get those quick little, he's like, hey, we're going to show you new games running on PS5 Pro. We see Snake Eater for 30 seconds. Actually, not even 30 seconds. It's like 10 seconds of Snake Eater. I'm sorry. What exactly? How is that supposed to hype me up for PS5 Pro? You haven't shown anything. You haven't shown performance. You haven't shown a worthwhile investment. And you're so tone deaf to this. And you know for a fact you're tone deaf to this. When the comparisons come out and people do the deep dives in this console, that's really going to be an eye-opener. It really, really is. I wonder how many people who are so quick to try to jump the fucking Digital Foundry, say Digital Foundry is great and all that, are going to turn on them if Digital Foundry says that the console is an okay improvement, but it's not the improvement. I wonder how many of you are going to say Digital Foundry is lying about PS5 Pro. This is how pathetic the PlayStation community has become. How lackluster, how much of a joke it has become. And the funny thing is, I can't just strictly blame PlayStation. PlayStation lacks the motivation to do what needs to be done. And that's due to their fan base. Their fan base is not being what they need to be. And as consumers first and cheerleaders last. Let me rephrase. Let me tell you that one more time. Most of you refuse to be consumers first. Instead, you want to be cheerleaders. That's the problem. Too many of you are saying, hey, this looks great. I can't wait. This looks amazing. Even though the game has more pronouns than fucking gamers playing it. This looks great. This looks amazing. Oh my God. A year with only one exclusive. PlayStation's number one. You're doing everything great. This is the state of PlayStation and how embarrassing this has become. And I'm just going to leave it at that. As far as Ghost 2, I look back at the gameplay because I wasn't really impressed. Not with the gameplay or anything. Just I wasn't really impressed with the visual. And that's mostly because I'm looking at this at the point where I'm like, okay, is this the game where they're going to show off PS5 Pro? You know what I mean? Enhancement. That's what I was looking at. Like, I'm like, bro, it don't look that much different from Ghost 1. But after looking at screenshots and seeing a few other things, there is definitely a lot happening here. There is definitely better draw distances and whatnot. It definitely does look like it's going to be a lot more happening, for sure. I could care less if the character is a female. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even gonna act like I'm part of this group. I don't care about playing as a female character. All I care about is the following: if the game is good, the story's good, the gameplay is good, etc. If all these things tick and these things are got check marks by it, the game is good in my honest opinion. If you got a great story on top of that, this game can easily be top tier. That's all I care about. But one thing I will say though, I will say this. It took, I want you to understand something too. This is one of the most anticipated games for a lot of people. It took all of you voicing your displeasure about a fucking next-gen console that even Sony knows they're full of shit on in terms of performance for them to show this fucking game. It took all of you united, speaking up and demanding and just trashing them for them to show this game. Think about that. All of you were together, either disliking the damn PlayStation Pro PS5 Pro trailer and speaking about it in numerous videos. All of you were united as one collective fist, and y'all were punching them dead in the fucking mouth for that show. And that led to you getting Ghost 2. Imagine what would happen if you all came together again permanently and actually demanded better like the PC community. There's a reason why the PC community gets what they want and they don't get these stupid practices. Because they don't allow that shit. They shut that shit down before it even starts. That's why. So many of you are missing this, and you think, oh, yeah, you're just saying that because you jumped the PC. No, I'm saying that because that's the only way to get betterment is to speak up and be honest. So many of you are afraid to speak up and be fucking honest. And that's what's killing PlayStation. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here, man. It's 22 fucking minutes, or 21 whatever minutes. Probably gonna be 22 at this point. But that's my raw thoughts on this. Ghost 2, it looks amazing. Let me repeat that again. It looks amazing. Because I already know there's going to be some dickhead. Oh, he doesn't like Ghost 2. Yeah, hey, cocksucker. How about you platinum Ghost and then try to say my displeasure for Ghost, okay? Ghost 2 does look good. I got no issues with Ghost 2. But I was expecting a lot more, especially of a jump. And especially in this time frame and the way things have gone. It's crazy how Ghost 2, if I was to compare that to Ghost 1, being done by fucking Nixus on PC and seeing the full on, just seeing that game at max resolution, all that stuff. It's crazy looking at that game on there, comparing that to Ghost 2. It is night and day. It ain't that big of a difference. It's not close, to Ghost 1 on PC Max. But I know. That's petty, right? Big Cloud, you're just hurting people's feelings. You're just saying that to despite them. Okay. I advise you to go to anybody that you know who actually has a good monitor and who actually has a good rig and see that game run at max and see what you're missing out on legit compared to that. Ghost in no way, shape, or form looks bad. I'm not sitting here saying it looks bad. It does look good. But me personally, there's just no excitement for me right now going into this. And that's the entire show. The entire show took me out of it. But I am going to get it day one when I can. At this point. But that's it. So, that's it. That's my thoughts on the whole state of play. If you missed my live stream, I'm going to go ahead and save you them. I'm going to go ahead and save you the point of you seeing me cringe the entire thing. I gave the show a 5. Honestly, after sleeping on it, I'm definitely giving it a 4. This is definitely not it. This is not the look of PlayStation needs. This is not the look that PlayStation fucking needs to continue to do. This is not it. And to all of you acting like everything is good and fine and dandy, you are the reason everything will continue to be what it is, and it will continue to get worse. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing but the truth. It's your boy Big Cloud. I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. I'm out of here, man. Peace.